Just congratulations for the second edition of the Ease of Doing Development.
Thank you.
So, what are the recent developments and recent policies by the government for redevelopment?
So basically, government has been very proactive in ensuring that in Mumbai city there are many buildings which have been either dilapidated, they have some of the other issues. Plus, all buildings have somewhere or the other started becoming old. Like construction has been done 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever. So, how do they ensure that these buildings, that there's no calamity which is happening, people are safe, and for which the government encourages certain schemes, which is like a cluster redevelopment where you have 4,000 meters of plot coming in of maybe 5 or 7 buildings coming together and making a building which will incentivize the developer, incentivize the tenants, get better area, and the developer gets at a less cost. There is there are certain areas which is under the funnel zone of the plane, where which is also true because the plane landing and it's under funnel zone or taking off, so there is a height restriction. Now, because of height restriction, developers are not encouraged because there is no financial meat in it.
Sure.
So there have been now schemes come up which will ensure that it becomes financially viable for the developer, and those buildings which were stuck because of this and could not go in for redevelopment, they can come into redevelopment. Thirdly, there are collector lands in Mumbai which has been owned by collector, leased to a tenant or the society. Now, people usually do not prefer to it because somewhere they don't want a lease, they want their own land and their own. So collectors have come up with schemes by giving only certain amount or 10% till this year end, that you can convert this and make it as your own land. So that's some kind of an encouragement which will help them, own a land and also get into a redevelopment faster, and not get into the government ambit of getting NOCs, etc. And plus, self redevelopment if you as a society want to do it. So there are many, these kind of schemes which the government is ensuring, and over and above, MMR.The has come up with a lot of incentive schemes for the developer and the tenants, so that their redevelopment actually becomes a reality. So, I mean, I can go on and on, but every particular planning authority is looking at making redevelopment a reality.
This will definitely benefit the
absolutely
builders, considering the Mumbai.
Yes, because honestly, today in the city of Mumbai, where is the land? The land, only source of land is societies.
Yeah.
So, when you go to Bangalore, you go to Hyderabad, you will see tons of lands which are open, which are available, outskirts or there. Today, if I have to stay in Mumbai and if I have to do, redevelopment is the only answer. Societies and the source of land is society. So you need to have something which will make this a reality and make a win-win for the developer and the societies.
Excellent. So what is your ask from the government in regards to the GST?
Well, we are only saying that today GST has become a big burden, at least we see, and we feel it is not rightfully charged. So we are not against the GST being charged, but we are definitely against, or we feel that the charges which has been levied by the government for doing a society redevelopment is something which should not, because we are so it's a basically immovable property should not be charged as a GST, but that is being charged and looked as a service, that I as a developer is giving a service to the tenant, and that is why GST needs to be there, and this needs to be looked at a rational way. See, ultimately what is happening is, this is a GST being charged on the overall area of the particular tenant being used at 5% of the market value of the first sale price. So that's like a huge number. So if we really look at it, something which we can, we've been looking at government and telling the government that these should be excluded. You charge us GST on the business which I do, right? I'm doing business by selling flats. You charge us on GST. We are not saying no. But don't charge us on GST where we are providing services, because if I have to go and buy a land today, I'm not paying GST on it. So the society's flats are a land. It is not a, it's a land, it's a byproduct of land which we are buying and redeveloping. So that's something which we are fighting, and we are hopeful somewhere we'll see some recourse.
That's going to be a good thing. So what are the key motivators for the home buyers as on date?
Today?
Motivation, yes.
So, look, the time is always great. It's been more transparent and robust market today. There are great projects which are coming all across the city. developers are going all out to ensure they make the landmark project. Every building should be a landmark, and we are seeing that happening as a reality in Mumbai. Facilities have been great. Houses have been designed and planned well. So I think, and the prices, to be honest, are not very expensive. It's I would say I would say it is to the demand, and it is not being today. It's not like, I know maybe 20 years ago, if the demand was great and the prices were just jumping off because there was less supply. Today supply is also good, demand is also good, so it's been stagnantly going high and not just been robustly going high. So I feel overall it's been a good thing. And plus I also feel that now with this addition, the new repo rate cuts, the cuts which has come, is only showing government's approach towards the market, and the entire atmosphere today with the US putting sanctions or tariffs, and the stock market being so volatile. With all of this also, if the government is supporting by reducing the rates, it only shows that they want liquidity in the market, and real estate has a great demand, homes has a great demand. So with that, the decision does not go reverse, and it will continue to go ahead.
So good time to invest in real estate. And at CREDAI, how are you ensuring transparency? How are you facilitating the societies and all the stakeholders?
So we are at least for this particular day, we are going to have a lot of developers, obviously 30 plus developers there. Number two, we are calling in experts which are not being, probably you may, public at large may not have direct access to them, but you get to hear the best of the people straight over there. So we have a knowledge session on legal, we have a knowledge session on the PMCs, the societies, the architects. So all of this, we have a direct knowledge session which will give them a great platform to get their doubts completely cleared and take their decision fast.